Maybe someday we will add another year to this banner. The Leafs win 4-3 over the Calgary Flames. Now with a 6-2-0 record and first placed in the National Hockey League, your Toronto Maple Leafs probably won't keep this up for the whole season. Regardless if we do or don't, I didn't even want to talk about how good we looked and everything. And I saw on Twitter, Steve Dangle actually, he said too, he was too afraid to say like how good they look. And right after that, they started looking like crap again because I think that was when we gave up a goal to Lucic. Nonetheless, let's get into what transpired in this hockey game. 44 into the first period, Wayne Train Simmons, or however you want to say it. The train, get on the Wayne train, because it's coming through town. Gets his second of the season, and he looked pretty excited about it. I mean, like, who wouldn't be? He started to really look like he was coming into his own this game, looked a little bit more comfortable skating around, and just compared to the last time against the Flames in the last game. My dog would stop half snoring, whatever that breathing noise is. Justin Holl got an assist, and what I realized right away was that we just got more contributions from the guys who aren't in the top six. So Justin Holl, basically on a 2-on-1 with Wayne Simmons. I mean, you're not going to expect finesse passing or anything like that, but you got that shoot for a rebound off the pad, because what was Holl going to do? Was Holl going to try to beat him short side? No, there's not a lot to shoot on Markstrom. So that shot off the pad made all the difference, and Simmons actually got robbed on that follow-up chance, and then he put it home on the third try. So, I mean, kudos to Markstrom, but I mean, you can't ask your goalie to make 3 saves in a row. Now we go on the power play, chance to make it 2-0, and that's exactly what Matthews did. He scored an absolute beauty. And I didn't even, from the angle that the broadcast is on, it kind of looked like it didn't go in, it rattled around, but that's pretty common with Matthews' shots. I mean, like, they go in so quick. And that's from Marner and Riley. So Marner, I believe, is still up there with one of the 1 or 2 top scorers in the league. I haven't checked if he took over the lead again or if McDavid, I think, took over it again. My dog and cat are sitting next to each other, and I'm hoping they keep the peace. Let's get a little view on that. It's hard to keep track of things when they want to start a war over the bed. Alright, so 2-0 right there, and we were looking pretty good. I mean, Frederik Andersen was, even though he wasn't maybe the story of the game, he was making saves, and he was the reason why it wasn't 2-2 at this point. And he was making not like normal saves. He was making like deflection right in front of him saves where the puck changes direction. He's making like 2 or 3 consecutive saves in tight. He's making saves that like really matter. So, I mean, it just seems like forever ago that we were talking about how he needed to find his consistency again. I mean, that's exactly what he's done. And I think the elephant in the room is the whole that Michael Hutchinson is sitting on the bench thing and that Jack Campbell is out for a couple weeks at least. And it could be, if Anderson does go into that slump, we might have to call on Hutchinson. And you don't want to have to do that. I'm nothing against him, but I mean, history may repeat itself. Now, second period comes along. Minute 8 seconds in, Johnny Gaudreau scores. It was a nice little stick handle play that really only guys like him can pull off. Just really quick hands in front to change the angle and to get the shot up in the high corner of the net. So 2-1. Now, newly called up from the taxi squad, Travis Boyd would get on the board. He scores for the Leafs, and that line of him and Engvall along with Joey Anderson, who we acquired in the Andreas Janssen trade. Joey Anderson did take a penalty on that line. That line was very good. And I think it was just the new dynamic of them being in the lineup and them not being in the lineup the game before, so it's just kind of a new look. Especially when it's not just one guy, it's kind of the entire line changes. So, and if they don't really have much of a book on those guys, and I don't think they would really because they're on the taxi squad and they might not be impactful players, it still changes the outlook and gives them a little bit of an advantage. So that extended it to 3-1. But following that, little miscommunication of who was supposed to be where in front led to Milan Lucic rifling it between the legs of Frederik Andersen, and Andersen kind of gave the stare that, he was being screened, and I think if he wasn't being screened, I'm going to say 99% of the time, Lucic's shot power is not going to overpower many goalies in the league, and it usually goes into their breadbasket right in the crest, but he kept it on the ice. Andersen's eyes were taken away for just a split second, and that was enough to cut the lead by 1. Now, I just want to point out, so who assisted on that goal was Juuso Välimäki on the Calgary Flames. I am really impressed by him. I don't think I watched too many Flames games last year to where I could really see him, but him on the left side there, he is a big guy, and he can really move the puck and skate. I think he needs to really take over that Flames D-core, and I think he is going to be the guy that's going to do it. I think he's playing in more of a role that he's trying to still keep himself in the spotlight, but also trying to be responsible and develop as a defenseman and play the defensive game. But when he does not panic or anything. He's not really flashy, but he plays the defensive game very well. Now, here's where it started to look a little bleak. Was when Johnny Gaudreau came in and just ripped a shot past Andersen. Again, I don't think Andersen fully saw it. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there was someone who obscured his vision for a split second. But Gaudreau looking good in this one, all over the place, really comfortable, skating the puck up and everything. Ties it at 3. So, game can go either way, especially now that we're in the third. Less than 3 minutes later, Mitch Marner shoots one right past Jacob Markstrom, giving us the 4-3 lead. And this has always been a problem for the Calgary Flames. They're always a team that's either behind trying to come back, or they're blowing late period leads. But that would be enough. And in the final minute, I really think the Flames shot themselves in the foot and overthought a lot of things, because they basically had a 5-on-3. They had a 6-on-4 advantage because we took a penalty, and I believe it was puck over glass, if I remember correctly. But then they just couldn't get the zone. They would, but then they would immediately turn it over, puck down the ice. And then at one point, it was just, okay, they had to get Jacob Markstrom out of there. They had to get the extra man on. And for a solid minute, until the last, 8 seconds, they were trying to enter the zone, over and over and over. It was Rasmus Andersen behind the net, trying to carry it up, deferring. They just could not come up with a plan of how to get it into the zone and tie the game up. Now, what transpired next, everyone already knows, and it's what everyone's talking about, is Matthew Tkachuk. So in the final 10 seconds, like I said, the Flames eventually got the puck into the zone, got a little bit of zone time, and Rasmus Andersen fires a puck and nails Matthew Tkachuk right in the back of the leg. So he couldn't get up, obviously, so he couldn't corral the puck. Time runs out, Flames lose. And already he is absolutely incensed. And just to put salt in the wound, as he's trying to get up, Jake Muzzin flicks the puck over at him and hits him. And Tkachuk loses it, as you guys all saw. So it was kind of like a taste of his own medicine, obviously, because, you just say the name Tkachuk, and I'm sure you think of their father, Keith, and Brady, obviously on the Senators. Very similar game styles, just trying to agitate. I don't really have to say much about that. You know who they are and what they're like. But just seeing Tkachuk that angry, and that was the thing that tipped him over the edge. There must have been more talking and everything, because he was flipping Gatorade all over the place in the hallway and screaming back, and he just looked like something else was said. I think there was more to it, because obviously he was probably in pain, and then getting hit with the puck obviously didn't help. And more than anything, I'm just interested to see which one has a better career, because when you get the brothers in a league, just whether it's the Stahl brothers or the Tkachuks, you want to kind of see who's doing better. And Kind of hard to tell right now, but I mean, they both love getting into the heads of their opponents. It's a good day to wake up and be first in the league, no matter how early it is in the season. If we can get to 7-2-0 in our next game, if we could push that, maybe we'll be talking a little different. Maybe some people will take us seriously if we can go for that division crown. Because even though it's not the Atlantic this year or anything like that, just winning your division is going to give you so many benefits in the playoffs. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying the content so far and the game so far. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys after the next game.